Hello and welcome to Metabolic Uplevel. My name is Dr. Stacey Gaines, and I want to just teach you more about your metabolic system today. I want to talk about what it does. I want to talk about why we have so many problems that are stemming from it. And my goal here today is that you will walk away with some answers to help you. I also want to keep this very simple. I want to help you to understand the problem, understand what that means for your health, and also how to fix it. So at the end of our time, if you are somebody who likes to go really deep and you like to kind of deep dive into this, or maybe you have more questions as we listen, know that at the end, I'm going to give you some resources where you can really dive deep into this if you want to. I also have a handout for you. If you're interested in having that, you can just go to where you're watching this on my website. And underneath the video that you're watching right now is a link that says metabolic handout. And if you click on that, it will give you a PDF that you can print off and use to take notes or use just as we go throughout today. So to start off, I just want to give you an idea of how serious of a problem this is in terms of our metabolic health. Would you be surprised to learn that only 6.8% of adults in the United States have optimal cardiometabolic health? I'm going to talk about what that means here in just a moment. If you've had recent labs done, the key biomarkers that we usually kind of use to as a baseline to establish metabolic health in our bodies are blood pressure, blood sugar, which is usually going to be measured through our fasting glucose and our A1C levels, our cholesterol, as well as triglycerides. And then we also will look at things like our weight compared to our height. So our BMI is another marker that is crudely used. And again, these are all just very, very general. We can go much more deeper by looking at additional things in our blood. These are the biomarkers that your doctors are generally going to use to start to establish what your how well your metabolic system is working. So 14 out of, or if you meet every 14 people, 13 of those people are going to have problems with one or more of those markers that I just mentioned. And we usually are going to call this like a sluggish metabolism. A lot of people don't even realize that they have it. They just feel like, oh, this is aging. This is how my body's supposed to feel as I get older. And they don't realize that it's actually their metabolic system not working at an optimal level. And that's what's preventing them from feeling right. So different people from an age standpoint can kind of appear to be different ages on the outside, right? We can sometimes even kind of guess somebody's age by how they look. But this is also happening on the inside, and we call this our biological age. This is the age that our cells are based on how they are behaving in our body or what they're doing in our body or how sluggish they are in our body. And what's really important for you to understand is that our biological age, so the age of our cells, and that's how we're going to feel, and our metabolic health are intricately connected with one another. When we have a stronger, healthier metabolism, we're going to feel younger from the inside, and we're going to look younger from the outside as well. And it's a fact of life that as we age, so does our body, right? Our metabolic function tends to decline, but because our metabolism is going to be what influences our energy and our weight and our body composition and our sleep, even our brain performance, that decline in metabolic health that naturally is going to happen can dramatically impact our quality of life as we age. Now, the problem is we don't do a lot to help our body kind of stave off that decline. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, or what are some things that we can do to help make that decline less marked as we enter into our 30s and 40s and 50s and beyond. Okay. So good metabolic health basically means that your body can digest and can absorb the nutrients that you're getting from what you eat, from your food, when you're eating with healthy, stable levels of blood sugar, blood fat, and insulin. So our bodies are naturally going to kind of fluctuate in these areas based on what we are eating and as we are aging. But what we want to do is kind of try to avoid those big spikes, or kind of the roller coaster of high blood sugar back into low blood sugar, back into high blood sugar. These unhealthy spikes in our blood sugar levels actually contribute unfavorably to our long-term health. In fact, every time that our blood sugar spikes, we actually age. Our cells are aging as that happens. And we're going to come back to that in just a little bit of how to kind of, again, narrow that out so that we don't have quite the roller coaster going on. So metabolic health is going to influence things like our energy, our weight, our body composition, how we sleep, or whether or not we're getting restorative sleep, our cognitive performance. How many of us kind of deal with brain fog as we age? our metabolism is affecting all of these things as we go throughout our life. So let's give you just a really quick look at metabolism. This is a very basic level, what your metabolic system is doing in your body. Now, if you are a doctor or a physiologist, I want you to bear with me. We're going very elementary here. But basically what we eat and drink are called macronutrients. There's proteins, there's carbohydrates, and there's fats, okay? And based on our body's needs and what we are eating in terms of those proteins, carbs, or fats, our pancreas is going to pump out insulin, which will tell our body to either convert these macronutrients into what is called glycogen, which is the energy that our body needs, but it's quickly burned up. Our body burns it up quickly. Or it's going to convert it into fat. So the insulin is kind of like this traffic light that's saying, okay, convert this into energy. Your body needs it right now, or stop, wait, convert that into fat and save it for later. So it's also fat is also a form of energy for our body, but it takes up a lot of time to burn, right? We're all familiar with this if we're into our later stages of life. So let's talk about the pillars of metabolic health. There's 5 main pillars. These are the things that are going to help this metabolic system to work efficiently and convert our food into that usable energy that we want, right? Instead of storing it as fat, which we don't want. So there's healthy eating, there's daily movement, there's healthy connections, there's stress management, which also includes restorative sleep, and then there's smart supplementation. So the good news is the choices that we make daily can actually put us in control of our metabolic health. Now, some of you guys might already be thinking, I already move every single day. I already eat pretty good. Maybe it's not perfect, but I eat pretty good. I manage my stress pretty well. Maybe I even use essential oils to be able to do that. I have really good relationships. So why do I still have a sluggish metabolic system? Why is my metabolism so slow? And the key is that all of this is starting at the cellular level. If we look at the wellness pathway that you can see on the right side here, think of this as like Jenga blocks. Everything builds from that bottom level and is resting on the level that's underneath it, right? If you move one of those blocks, the rest is going to tumble. So if our metabolism is sluggish, everything that's above that is going to suffer in some way or another. And so the key here is smart supplementation. Smart supplementation is the one that's going to help us to be able to not only pay attention to these 5 pillars, but to start to unlock our metabolic health. So we're going to talk more about that as we go through tonight. When we look at our just typical American lifestyle, it's not a surprise that we are kind of in this metabolic crisis. Remember, 13 out of 14 people are having a hard time with their metabolism. So you're not alone in any way, shape, or form. So we have high stress levels. We live a sedentary lifestyle. We're not getting the quality sleep that we need or managing our stress. We're not eating the nutrients that we need. And our exposure to toxins is probably among the highest in the world. So each of these things is kind of like a negative input into our metabolic health. It's causing it to suffer. And they're all going to link with those 5 pillars that we just discussed. Okay. So smart supplementation, this is the one that helps us to kind of double down on the benefits of those other pillars. You kind of like put them on superpowers that grants us a greater return on our efforts. It helps our body to overcome the aging or just the damage that we've done through years and years of maybe not being moving every single day, or not eating as well as we should have, or eating a lot of processed foods instead of whole foods, or not sleeping well, or stress, or whatever. So let's talk a little bit about how to do this. And I want you to remember, I'm not deep diving here. I'm just giving you the very, very basics. And I'm going to give you resources that will really deep dive into each of these products so that you can understand them a little bit better. We're going to start off with doTERRA's lifelong vitality supplements. If you've been with me before, you know I love these, and you know that I think that they're vital and important and really just a foundation. They're that bottom block of our Jenga tower. Okay, so these are formulated basically to bridge the gap between our over-processed diets and what our body needs for optimal health. Even if we eat fairly clean and like eat whole food diets, do our best to try to stay away from sugars and over processed foods, because of the way that we farm and the farming practices that have changed in our agricultural system over the last several decades, we don't get the same nutrients from our food that our ancestors did. And so we need something to bridge that gap. We need something to help give our body what it needs for optimal health. So remember that bottom rung of our wellness pathway. This is the most important one, right? It's got to be there to be a good foundation. So these lifelong vitality supplements, they're made from whole food extracts, which is really important because that means your body's going to know how to process whole foods. Our body doesn't understand synthetic things. So if I take a vitamin that is synthetically derived, my body's going to be like, what is this? I'm not quite sure. It might take some of that vitamin C out of that synthetic vitamin, but it doesn't quite understand what to do with it. So it just wastes it out, and you're literally kind of wasting your money. So instead of utilizing it, that vitamin C, your body is kind of wasting it. So we want vitamins and mineral supplements to be from whole food extracts so that we use that instead of wasting it. This is something that's new to you or something that you want more information on my website. It's just essentially hiswisdom.com/LLV for lifelong vitality. I've got a ton of information for you, including 2 different webinars to kind of help you understand what's the deal with synthetics and how they affect our vitamins and our supplements, but also understanding just why our body needs this type of a supplement. So in this trio, there's 3 supplements. The Microplex is like your daily multivitamin. The Alpha CRS Plus is going to provide your body with cellular energy and vitality, which is going to result in more energy for you. It's going to help your cells to live healthier, but it also is going to result in things like decreases in pain and inflammation within your body. And then the Z Omega, this is our kind of like your essential fatty acids. Okay. So these are your omegas, your 3s, 6s, and 9s. It's got all of them in there in the right levels, which is going to really help with your joint health and with your cognitive functioning. So lifelong vitality is going to be your kind of baseline. That's going to be your foundation that you want to build upon. Then we have these brand new products that I love. They're so excellent for your metabolic system. The more I've dove into them and dove into understanding metabolism again, it's been a while since I was in grad school. So as I've started to understand those a little bit more, oh man, I'm so excited about these products because they really move and help to move our bodies into a place where we can really support our metabolic system. This is not like a quick fix weight loss pill that you're taking to kind of help your body lose weight. That is probably going to be a natural byproduct of using this system. But what this system is designed for is supporting your metabolism, to support your metabolic system. So it's functioning the way it's designed to function, and you don't have the sluggish things happening. Okay. So one obstacle that our metabolic system encounters is maturing fat cells in our body. So maturing fat cells simply means they're getting bigger. Okay. So when we consume more food than we need, when our body stores that energy as fat because it thinks that you don't need that glycogen right now, right? Remember the traffic light of insulin. It's like, oh, you don't need this energy right now because you're sitting on your couch watching TV, eating chips. Not that I would ever do that, but it's going to then convert that energy into fat. So our fat cells are going to start to grow. Okay. So that's what I mean by maturing fat cells. That's going to influence our weight. Obviously, it's going to influence our body composition. So this MetaPower Metabolic Blend is formulated to help actually reduce the size of our existing fat cells. It shrinks them. It's crazy. There's actually clinical research that shows that it's doing this. So the research that's been done so far on this particular blend, and there's so much more coming. I can't wait for it all to come out. But this research basically shows that this blend inhibits the maturation of our fat cells, which means that it's going to keep them from growing bigger. So it's going to help our body to metabolize that and use it as energy as opposed to storing it as fat. The other cool thing is the research is showing that this metabolic blend is actually shrinking our existing fat cells as well. So yay for that. So this blend, it's also going to help to manage your hunger throughout the day. That's going to obviously help us to reach our weight goals, right? How many times do we eat just because we're stressed, or we eat because we're actually thirsty and should be drinking water? This blend helps to kind of manage that throughout the day. That's going to help us in terms of our long-term weight goals. So there's 4 different delivery systems with this blend. There's the 15 milliliter oil blend that you can see there. There's beadlets, which are just really, really small kind of dosage of the blend. There's soft gels, and then there's a gum. All of these are basically the same. They all contain the MetaPower blend so that you can use the one that you most prefer, or use the delivery system that you most prefer. And I'll give you some suggestions for that here in just a bit. So you're going to want to use these, one of them at least with each meal. I like to use the soft gel with each meal. And then in between meals, when you're experiencing cravings, my favorite is to put like a drop of the MetaPower blend in my water. I actually don't like more than 1 drop. I don't like the taste to be super overpowering. I just like it really just kind of faintly there. You might like more than 1 drop, and that's okay. So I like to put that into my water. Using a beadlet is another way I can do that. I like that on the go when I don't have maybe water with me, or even have my MetaPower blend with me. Just popping a beadlet is an easy way to kind of curb off those cravings, or chewing the gum. So the gum is another great way that you can get that metabolic blend, and then you'll burn like 5 calories calories while you're chewing your gum too, which is great. So that's the MetaPower blend. Okay, it's going to be really great for controlling our weight, for helping to deal with sugar cravings, and that also is going to help with mood swings because we're not experiencing some of these ups and downs, right, in terms of our blood sugar going back and forth. Next product then is the MetaPower Advantage. So this links in with a second major obstacle that our metabolic health has. So remember, the first one is the maturing fat cells, right? Second big one is what's called cellular integrity, and that's simply the life of our cells. So you've likely heard about the benefits of collagen to our bodies. Collagen is actually the most important protein in our bodies. It's an incredibly integral component of our connective tissues that make up our tendons, our ligaments, our skin, our muscles. There's obviously more things that it deals with as well, but it's what gives our skin its elasticity and firmness. It supports our lean muscle. It helps our joints to move the way that they're designed to move in our muscles, with our muscles and tendons and ligaments. So around the age of 25, our body's ability to naturally produce collagen starts to decline. It starts to drop. So at that point, we need to supplement because our body's not going to naturally produce what it needs. And if it's not getting what it needs, what's going to happen is it's going to start to degrade the muscles, the joints, your skin in terms of elasticity and firmness. All of those things are going to start to degrade. So our bodies drastically also at the same time, lovely age of 25, start to drastically reduce their production of two really important molecules for metabolic health called NAD+ and NADH. These basically help to convert our food to energy. So they're part of the insulin process. They help in the insulin process to convert that food into energy, and their decreasing levels are why we tend to experience more fatigue with age. When NAD+ and NADH decrease, our body's not getting the energy that it needs, so we feel tired all the time. Okay, so MetaPower Advantage, it helps us to correct both of these cellular problems, both the decreasing collagen and the decreasing NAD+ and NADH. I know you didn't think you were going to get alphabet soup as you were going through this tonight, but just remember, these are just important molecules that we need. Okay, so the MetaPower Advantage, what it does is it helps to maintain those NAD+ levels as well as the collagen that's in our cells, and both of those are going to start to not only support our metabolic system, but also our cognitive functioning, our lean muscle mass, our connective tissues, our skin health, all those things that I talked about degrading because NAD+ and NADH and collagen are all decreasing. This is helping to bump that back up because we're supplementing our body with what it needs. And this collagen is way different than anything you've probably seen on the market today. On my website, essentiallyhiswisdom.com, do /metabolic. I'm going to post a blog that my friend Rachel did where she compared different collagens. So doTERRA's new MetaPower Advantage compared to several others that are on the market today. And you'll start to see the differences in terms of even just the sugar levels are crazy in some of these other collagens. You don't want sugar in your body when you're trying to help your metabolic system do its job, right? So most collagens, another big thing is most of them only have 2 or 3 types of collagen in them. Our body actually has I think it's 12. I have to remember. I think it's 12 different types of collagen that it needs. And this MetaPower Advantage has 9 unique collagen types. And these 9 unique collagen types are making it, it's giving our body what it needs, but they're also 12 times more bioavailable for our bodies. What that means is our body, again, knows how to utilize them. Remember with the lifelong vitality, when I was talking about how the whole foods are not foreign to our body. So our body knows what to do with it. It utilizes it and it benefits our body. Same thing here. We want collagen that's going to be bioavailable. Probably the most innovative part of the Advantage product is that it's kind of activated by us, is the way that we can think about it. So here's what I mean by that. Most prepackaged collagens are liquid, most of them, and they use a process in that to sterilize their water. They have to, because they have to be able to do that per the FDA standards and whatnot. So because of the sterilization process, it actually takes out a lot of the benefits of the collagen, and that is going to affect the shelf stability of the product as well. well. Beyond that, you're paying to ship heavy water instead of just a little powder substance. So MetaPower Advantage, it comes in a hydrolyzed powder. So it's been hydrolyzed, which means it's been put into powder format, right? And we then add that to like 5 to 8 ounces of cold water. You want it to be cold or room temperature water. You don't want to add it to your coffee or to your hot tea because that's going to affect the integrity of the product. So you add it to your cold or your room temperature water. If you have a shaker bottle, that's going to be the best way because it'll help to shake it up. Or if you've got one of those little milk frothers, are a great way to mix it really easily. It does not have that gritty flavor or taste. Unless you're not shaking it up, then of course it will. The taste is kind of a lemon orange flavor that it has to it. And you can take this 1 time per day. I know people who will kind of make just like almost like out of like 2 to 3 ounces and just make a really quick like slurry out of it and just get it down really quickly. Other people like to even extend the water to like 12 ounces so they get more water as they're intaking it. So you can play with that and see what you like the most. But like I said, you'll take this 1 time a day. 1 time a day. Most people will take it in the morning, but you may need to play with it a little bit to find the time of day that works for you. For me, I like it in the morning. That gives me energy that sustains me throughout the day. The very first day I took it at about 3 in the afternoon and I was wired for most of the night. That's not good. My husband likes to take it like mid-morning because for them that gives him the energy that he needs to sustain that like 3 to 4 p.m. period where he tends to get really tired. So play with it and figure out what time of day is best for you to take it. You'll find your sweet spot probably after just a few days, and then you'll know that's when you'll take your MetaPower Advantage every single day. This one is because of the collagen and because of the NAD plus levels that are in there. You're going to see things like brain fog, sleep, skin, energy, weight, all of those are going to start to be on the upswing instead of on the downswing. Well, weight will be on the downswing, but everything else will start to feel better. Okay. MetaPower Assist then is the third product. So we've got the MetaPower Blend, we've got MetaPower Advantage, and then we've got MetaPower Assist. So this one addresses the third major obstacle. So remember, we've got fat cells is number 1. We've got our cell integrity as number 2. The third major obstacle to our metabolic health is blood sugar spikes. Okay. Think of your body like a car. If you are putting your foot to the floor on the accelerator and then you slam on the brakes and you do that repeatedly over and over again, like you're going to wear down your car, right? The same thing is happening with your body and with blood sugar. When we are giving these dips and these spikes in our blood sugar like a roller coaster, it's really hard for our body. And that's going to contribute to poor metabolic function. It's also going to contribute to poor cellular function. And most people naturally are going to have a little bit of a blood sugar spike after they eat. So we call this like a post-meal blood sugar spike. Some people also experience those glucose dips, those blood sugar dips. If like the wait between meals is too long, you might feel lightheaded, you might get a little bit hangry, those types of things. The more that you can smooth out these spikes and dips and make it more like less pronounced, because it's a little bit of it is going to be natural, right? We're going to see some small spikes and dips, but if we can make them not be so pronounced in terms of those spikes and dips in our blood glucose and our insulin curves, that's going to be better for our body. It's better for our car to slowly start and stop, right? Instead of slamming on our brakes. So this is where MetaPower Assist comes in. It's really been formulated to start to smooth out those blood sugar dips and spikes to just help keep blood glucose levels steady, which is also going to keep your energy levels more consistent. The preclinical trial research data that they have shown us, people's blood glucose spikes were decreased by 24%. That's huge when we're talking about research and statistical significance. That's a huge market increase in terms of the stability of your blood sugar. So seeing some really great things coming out with this. And again, more research is coming. But one of the key ingredients in the supplement is what's called mulberry leaf extract. And this has been shown, if you go, you can dig into the research on this. It's been shown to reduce those post-meal blood sugar spikes by 42%. That's almost half, you guys. That's amazing. So what this does is it helps your body to metabolize what you ate more slowly. So instead of it's like pump in the insulin because we've got this, we've got to convert it to glycogen. Oh no, we're actually going to convert it to fat. And you kind of get these dips and valleys and spikes that are going on. It's helping it to metabolize it more slowly. And so it doesn't go as high and you get kind of that slower, more just calm kind of a view or steady, or what am I trying to say? Calm level of your blood glucose, which obviously is going to be good for your metabolic system. So this one, the MetaPower Assist, you're going to want to take about 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal or your most carb heavy meal. And those usually tend to be the same. I'll talk in a minute about if you've got some super user, if you're somebody who might want to take this more than one meal. But most people just need to take this once a day with their largest meal, and that's going to help to kind of deal with those massive blood sugar spikes that you don't want to have. So one question that I anticipate a lot of people having, so I want to just address it, is if both the lifelong vitality and the MetaPower are necessary. And the answer is yes. So I want you to remember that metabolic health means that your body can both digest and absorb nutrients from your food without getting those spikes in blood sugar and blood fat and insulin. When your body's doing that, you're considered to be metabolically healthy. Okay. So nutrition and metabolism are so related to one another. They have this synergistic effect on each other, as well as on our health and our overall wellness. If you think of nutrition as like what comes into your body from the environment, then metabolism is what's going on the inside as our body processes and we transform that food that we eat into fuel or into energy. So lifelong vitality, that one is created for nutrition, right? It's created to fill in the gaps in our nutrition. So it gives us all these micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the fatty acids, the polyphenols, all those things that our body needs to be able to function optimally. If these micronutrients aren't there, our cells can't do their job. They can't function properly. And cells are a part of the metabolic system. We want to give them what they need to do what our metabolism or what our metabolic system needs. MetaPower, then, it helps to optimize our metabolism. It helps to kind of curb those cravings, to shed excess weight, to deal with some of those things that that come with the sluggish metabolism. It's going to help our body to utilize our macronutrients, those proteins, carbohydrates, and fats more efficiently. So LLV, again, is like what's coming into your body. Yes, it's those macronutrients, but it's also all those micronutrients, and it's helping to kind of establish healthy cells so that our metabolic system can use those healthy cells to do its job and create a healthy metabolism. So that's why you want to have both of those. Very simple strategy for using these. I know that was a lot of information and you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but I think of this in like 3 simple steps. Okay. I do have a tracker for you. Again, right underneath this video, if you click on metabolic tracker, you can look at that and be able to see kind of a 30-day way that you can kind of figure out what's the best practice for my body to use these products. And everybody is going to be different. Everybody's going to have different goals and different needs. And so there's a little bit of not necessarily trial and error. There's some pretty standard ways to use the product, but there might be some trial and error in terms of when is best in the day for you to use each product. So step number 1 is the MetaPower blend. So remember, there's 4 of those. You've got your soft gel, you've got your beadlet, you've got the 15 ml oil blend, or you've got the gum. So you're going to use 1 or more of these throughout your day. Okay, so you can add the oil blend to your water throughout your day. I like to take a soft gel with each of my meals. You can pop a beadlet or a piece of gum when cravings hit throughout the day. So this one is going to be something that you're using kind of ongoing throughout the day. Second step, and you may find one of these is like your favorite. So maybe you just really don't like the taste of the gel or of the oil. So you're just going to take the soft gel all the time. Excellent. You can just do that. It's totally fine. Okay. So find the one that works best for you. Step 2 then is you're going to take 1 sachet of the MetaPower Advantage in your cool drink about an hour before you generally experience those dips, those energy dips in your day. So for me, I need to take it in the morning, or I'm wired at bedtime. It tends to last really long in my body. I also tend to have my energy dip around like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, is where I have mine. My husband, on the other hand, he likes to take it more mid-morning because he feels tired around like 3 or 4 p.m. Kind of the end of the workday is his tired zone. And so he kind of likes to take it that mid-morning because then it sustains him through that period. It also doesn't tend to keep him up at night if he's taking it later. You might want to take it in the afternoon. Like you guys everybody's going to have different times that they're going to want to experiment and find kind of your sweet spot with taking the Advantage. So there's your second step. Third step is going to be taking 1 MetaPower Assist capsule with your largest carb heavy meal of the day. If you need extra support, you can take a capsule with each meal of the day, or with your 2 heaviest meals, or however kind of your body needs to adjust. Most people are going to start to see as well as feel the benefits of these within a week or 2. I'm currently on day 7, and I can tell you that the first day I felt an energy boost, and that has sustained through all 7 days. Actually, yesterday yesterday I forgot to take it, and I noticed it in the afternoon. I'm like, why am I so tired? And then I realized, oh, I didn't take my Advantage. Well, I wasn't going to take it at 3 o'clock again because I know what happened last time I did that. But I definitely feel an energy boost. I feel considerably less bloated, and I'm on my period part of my cycle. I know that's way more information than you probably need to know, but normally this is like my super bloated days, and I don't feel that. I feel considerably less bloated. I've also noticed I'm not wanting my mid-afternoon or my after the kids go to bed like sweet snacks that I usually will snack on, especially during this part of my cycle. So I've noticed that I'm not wanting those, so it's definitely helping with my cravings, and I feel fuller faster. I actually texted my sisters last night and told them, like, normally I would like put down this entire sandwich, but I'm done like halfway through because I feel full. So that is definitely a good thing, right? I'm not overeating during my meals. It's helping me control my portion sizes. All of those things are going to help with weight, right? So here's a couple possible schedules, because I know some people like to see like exactly what should I do. A super user is going to be somebody who kind of needs some extra support for their metabolic system. Okay, you're probably going to be somebody who maybe is dealing with significant troubles or challenges with your metabolism. You just kind of need that extra support, or you have big goals, like you've got big weight loss goals or other metabolic issues that are going on. Okay, so a super user in the morning, you're probably going to take your MetaPower Advantage. So that's the sachet that you're going to put in cool water. You're going to take your Lifelong Vitality, full dose, and then you're going to take a MetaPower Soft Gel. Okay, so that's kind of with breakfast. At lunch, you're going to do a MetaPower Assist, which is the blood sugar one. You're going to take another MetaPower Advantage, because again, that's also helping your metabolic system to appropriately utilize that food that you're eating as fuel. And then you're going to take another MetaPower Soft Gel. Okay, during the day, again, to just help with your cravings and whatnot, you can use your MetaPower Blend in water. You can do MetaPower Gum. You can do MetaPower Beadlet, whatever your preferred method, or maybe you like all three of them and you like to kind of spice it up a little bit through the day. That's going to help you kind of curb your cravings as you go through the day. And then with dinner, you're going to take another MetaPower Soft Gel and another MetaPower Assist. So with the super user, you're using Advantage twice a day. I've got it morning and lunch here, and you're using Assist twice a day. I've got it lunch and dinner here. You can play with that. Maybe you want to do it because you eat a really big breakfast and you eat a really big dinner. So you do like morning and dinner then for your MetaPower Assist. So you may have to play with it a little bit. In terms of what works best for you. I do want to caution you, especially with the MetaPower Advantage, because of the NMN that is in this particular supplement. Some people will experience kind of a detox headache as they take it, especially if they take 2 sachets of it a day. So what you want to make sure that you are doing is making sure that you have really appropriate hydration. What I mean by that is at least half of your body weight in water every single day. You may even want to up that to like a gallon of water a day. I know that's a lot, and you're going to be peeing a lot at the beginning, but it'll eventually even out. You've got to increase your hydration, or else the NMN will kind of negative. You'll feel more negative effects from that. If you are experiencing something like a headache as a result of this, increase your water intake. It's a dehydration issue is the biggest thing that's happening. Okay, so that's your super user. For maintenance, you have a little bit of kind of play here. So you've got your MetaPower Advantage. You can take that either morning or lunch. And you can see on the bottom, I gave you the little carrot, means that you can choose based on your body's preference. So if you're somebody who needs energy like more late morning, early afternoon, you'll want to take it with breakfast. If you're somebody who needs your energy more like maybe mid-afternoon to evening, you'll probably want to take it with lunch. So choose based on your body's preference and what it needs. You'll take your LLV full dose, and then you'll take a MetaPower Soft Gel in the morning. At lunch, you're going to do your MetaPower Assist if that is your largest carb heavy meal. If dinner is your largest carb heavy meal, then you'll take that one at dinner. So again, you see the asterisks there. You're going to choose based on which one is your largest meal. So you just need to take that once a day if you're in maintenance. And then again, a MetaPower Soft Gel in your Advantage if it's at lunch. Daytime, same MetaPower Blend in your water, MetaPower Gum, MetaPower Beadlet, whatever, to kind of help with those curbing those cravings throughout the day, those curbings. And then in dinner, your MetaPower Assist, if that's your biggest carb heavy meal, and your MetaPower Soft Gel. So with this one, you're only taking Advantage once a day. You're only taking Assist once a day. Then you've got your soft gel with each meal and your LLV. You can, with both of these, split your LLV across 2 doses if you want to. So instead of taking 4 of each in the morning, and that's for your whole day, you could do 2 in the morning and 2 at lunch. That's certainly okay in terms of using your LLV and getting that throughout your day. So it's everybody's kind of preference in terms of how you might want to manage that. So in terms of getting started, for those of you who are already doTERRA members, you can get the full MetaPower system beginning October 1st. It's going to be $179 with your wholesale membership, and you'll get everything that's shown here. I recommend ordering this on your loyalty rewards template so that you get the loyalty points to spend. Even if you're just starting loyalty rewards, you're going to have $17 to spend in the future. If you've been on LRP for a while, that's $51 you're going to get to spend every single time that you would order the system, which really the system you're probably only going to order one time. Then you're going to replace what you use as needed. If LRP is new to you, you've never done loyalty rewards, talk with your doTERRA person because they can help you out and kind of show you the benefits of this program. A lot of people are scared of it because they think that, oh, it's a monthly order and it's going to have to be a big order, but you are in complete control in terms of how much you put into that order. So it's a really great benefit of your wholesale membership where you get like $51 to spend, right, on free oils or free products. So that's always a beautiful thing. In terms of LRP savings, you can also save, went too far, on your MetaPower products and on the MetaPower system by adding the system to your LRP. You can also like add on MetaPower products for that bigger discount beyond your membership discount, just like the LLV. So when you let me start over and kind of make, I feel like I'm not making sense there. When you add the MetaPower system to your LRP, you're going to get the option to add other individual products at that kind of elevated discount as an add-on is what we call this. So this is really great for like super users, somebody who needs to take advantage and assist twice a day, or people that have maybe multiple people using the product in their homes. You can add on those MetaPower individual products to your bundle. And that bundle can start with Lifelong Vitality. That bundle can start with the MetaPower system. There's different things that you can use to start that bundle and then add on your products as needed. Okay. Again, if you need help with this or you've never done it before, talk to your doTERRA person. They're going to be more than happy to kind of walk you through that and make sure you understand. For those of you who are new, you can get the MetaPower system also beginning October 1st as well. And this kit that you'll see on your right here, or sorry, on your left here, actually both of them, but on the right, on the left is the full-on kit together, the system together. It actually qualifies as one of our starter kits, one of our enrollment kits for membership. So it's really a no-brainer to start your membership with this because you're going to then get 25% off all of your doTERRA products for a year, and you don't have to pay for your membership. It's included. It's waived when you purchase one of our enrollment kits. So after that first year, you can decide if you want to renew. It's totally up to you. And it's just $25 if you decide you want to keep that membership going and get the 25% off discount. So again, talk to the person who invited you today to get your kit on October 1st. They can help you with that and get you started. Only the full system is going to be available on October 1st. And then beginning November 1st, you can get each of the individual MetaPower products. You can go in and just get Assist or just get Advantage or just get the gum or whatever it is that your body needs and that you tend to see that you're using as you go throughout your days. So if you are dying to get started right away, I do want to give you an option. I recommend starting with the Healthy Habits Kit. This one includes that doTERRA membership again, so you don't have to pay the $35 membership fee. It's waived, but you get that Lifelong Vitality, those Lifelong Vitality supplements to start now. You can start laying that really good, healthy foundation for nutrition so that when you then can get your MetaPower on October 1st, you've already got at least like a week, 2 weeks in with your Lifelong Vitality. So this kit is also going to contain additional supplements that are really good for your digestive health. PB Assist is our probiotic. Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme complex that just helps break down your food so your body utilizes it more efficiently. It also has several of our most commonly used essential oils most of the people who are already members on this call are probably shaking their head because it's like balance and frankincense and lemon and deep blue. These are things that we all love and use on the daily. So you, again, talk to your doTERRA person. They can help you get this now, or if you're already a member, you can get this if you want this, this Healthy Habits kit. Or maybe there's a different one that's better for your needs. Your doTERRA person is the one that's going to be able to help you identify that. Okay. So I am happy to answer any questions that you might have. I went too far. To answer any questions that you might have. I also, like I said, have additional resources for you. If you love to geek out on science and research, doTERRA has clinical results for those MetaPower products that I was talking about. They show these, as well as a ton of information about your metabolic system and how MetaPower works with it in the form of an e-course that they've developed. And this was done by doctors, like medical doctors and research scientists, physiologists, who understand essential oils in the body and understand what your body needs in terms of its metabolic health. So it's a fantastic course. You can scan this QR code on the slide to grab it, or there's a link for it right underneath this video. It just says metabolic class. You can click on that and get straight to the this class to be able to dive a little bit deeper. I've also got a webinar from one of my mentors, Laura Jacobs, who's an awesome health coach out in Utah, where she just deep dives into the MetaPower products. So feel free to use those on my website right underneath this video that you're watching. All of those will hopefully help you to understand the system, understand metabolic health, and get you to the place of where you are experiencing the vitality that your body's meant to have. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me, and I will see you next time.